This video is sponsored by Huel. What's up, Vetters? Patrick here with Vetted. It seems that filmmaker James Fox has gone public for the first time ever about his alien encounter. That's right, you heard me right. It's a quite compelling story that he's never told before. And where did he tell the story? Well, on Area 52's channel. That's Chris Ramsay's channel, who I had the pleasure of meeting at Contact in the Desert. And it was at Contact in the Desert where Chris Ramsay sat down with a bunch of different, UFO figures, put together this amazing video, which I'll put a link in the description for so you can go watch the full video. But I'm going to focus specifically on James Fox's portion in this video. So let's jump into this because, wasn't what I was expecting. Let's put it that way. All right, Vetters, please hit that like button. That really helps out the videos. And of course, if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I put out new videos about the UFO phenomena every week, and I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Let's make that happen, Vetters. All right, let's jump into this first clip, again, of filmmaker James Fox talking with Chris Ramsay of Area 52. Stay with me because I've got 3 different clips to show you.
I was following Timothy Good, Above Top Secret. That was like my research encyclopedia for Making Out of the Blue. And then I don't remember if he talks about it in a book or if it was a subsequent interview, but he talks about him seeing one and then communicating telepathically. And Timothy Good, in my book, was a very credible guy. He's a prolific writer and considered to be a really good researcher. So that kind of got my attention a little bit about 20 years ago.
All right, I got 2 more clips to show you, and don't worry, we're getting to the part that you want to hear. But, these were the different excerpts from Chris's video that showed James, and it all will make sense here in just a moment. One thing about Chris Ramsay of Area 52 is he's a really good interviewer, right? He can really get people to open up, which is how we got this particular story out, right? And stay with me to the very end because I have a surprise for you. While at Contact in the Desert, I was able to film a magic trick that Chris Ramsay did that I think you'll find just kind of interesting and fun, right? Just to, show you who he is. Because remember, Chris is a former, I shouldn't say former magician. He's still a magician, but, started Area 52, right, recently. So, stay with me to the end. We have a nice little treat for you.
And then in 2010, I had just put out a film called I Know What I Saw, which was a 2-hour special I sold to History Channel. And I got an email from Robert Bigelow. And it said, it was actually from his secretary. It said, this is Secretary, Mr. Bigelow wanted me to reach out on his behalf that congratulations on a job well done with your doc. Wow, Robert Bigelow? Whoa. I emailed back like, hey, would he like to get together or like maybe lunch or dinner, discuss, kind of some of my next moves? Little did I know at the time, he had just signed a contract just a couple years earlier, right? With OSAP and ATIP. And, yeah, sure. He'd love to meet you. Come to his house. So I went to his house, 2009, 2010. I'd have to look it up the emails somewhere around there. And, we had lunch. And he started talking about, the implications of disclosure, the impacts on society. I remember him saying, you take every scandal from Iran-Contra to Monica Lewinsky, all these scandals in the history of modern history and multiply them, the impact those have had, multiply that by 1 million. And that's the impact, this reality would have on the general public. And I remember thinking, come on, really? You really think so? I've always thought we really had this unifying effect on everybody. And then he goes, and they're walking among us. And I said, what do you mean? What do you mean they're walking among us? He goes, I mean exactly that. They're walking among us. I had something happen to me a couple years earlier, which I've never spoken about ever because I would know. And even that, when that happened, I didn't talk to anybody about it. No one. And even when he told me that, I still didn't talk about it because I had saw something one time in 2007.
Now, there's one more clip where James is going to get into the details of what happened to him in 2007. Before we do that, y'all, I got to keep the mics on. So let me introduce the sponsor for today's video, Huel. Let's talk about Huel, a product I personally use. Now, although Huel offers a vast variety of products, today we're going to be focusing on powdered meals, such as the Huel Black Edition, that comes in a variety of flavors. My favorite, chocolate. And it's really easy to use. Water, just add a little powder, shake it, drink it. And remember, it's not a shake, it's a complete meal. Black Edition is a high-protein complete meal that's ready in seconds. Each shake delivers a balanced blend of carbs, fats, and 40 grams of plant-based protein, plus 6+ grams of fiber and 27 essential vitamins and minerals, all for just 400 calories. Now, I use these meals in the morning. They are phenomenal, and honestly, throughout the day. It's easy to make. It literally takes seconds, and the flavor is amazing. I use Huel every day because it's delicious, good for me, and, well, very convenient. So use my code down below and get 15% off today. There's a link in the description and the top pinned comment. And of course, feel free to use this QR code to sign up as well. And there is no better choice than Huel, because we all need fuel for the human body.
I made eye contact with this individual, and it was like an immediate, and I'd never really considered this even in the realm of possibility. And I still don't know what I think, to be honest with you, what I really believe at the end of the day. But we had a telepathic, just like that.
Can you describe what the situation was and what this individual looked like?
I don't know if I want to go public fully on where it was, but it happened in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Yeah. And the individual looked like a relatively normal person. And the individual, I remember, was doing moving a chair or something like that. And this individual sensed that I was looking at him for whatever reason, kind of doing this, like maybe dragging a chair, and then turned around and looked me right in the eyes. And it was like, holy shit. Like in myself, I wasn't scared, but it was like you're not human. But it was really, the individual knew that was the communication that the individual gave to me, and knew that I had received it. And
it knew that you knew.
Yes. Like in an instant. And I knew, it knew, and I was okay. Big blue, like electric blue eyes, like piercing, like freeze in your tracks when you got when I made eye contact. I never told a soul because I sound like a crazy guy, and I don't know I don't even know what I saw.
So
I'm just telling you that was the communication that happened, and it happened like that, like that, and I wasn't scared.
What do they look like?
The eyes?
No, what did the person look like? Was
like
it
a normal person, dark skin?
Yeah.
Relatively. Not sure of the ethnicity. I'm not
Wasn't
sure.
Swedish or anything? Wasn't like Scandinavian?
No,
Tall particularly? Do you remember?
No, not tall.
Just
no,
regular
normal.
looking?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What made you look in that direction?
I don't know. And I just remember it was like, it was immediate.
And you knew.
Immediate communication. Just fucking bam, like that. And I wasn't scared. And then I went about my business, and I never talked about it.
But it stuck with you.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah. But I didn't believe it. I didn't even believe it. You see my point? Like, I didn't believe that happened to me. But then I'm hearing other people talk about it, Timothy Good, and then Bigelow, the alleged encounter in the desert from 1994 in Nellis Test Range that Mr. Sands talks about. I don't know. Did it happen? Do these things happen? Are they walking among us? I don't know.
I mean, this is quite a compelling story from James, and, a personal experience like that is just that personal, and you can see why James maybe waited so long to come out with this, right? And just happened to do it at Contact in the Desert, sitting down with Chris Ramsay, right, on the patio in the middle of a sunny day in the desert, right? So you just never know when you're going to feel comfortable about speaking about something like that. So, I commend James for coming forward and being honest about an experience that he had. and sharing it with people. And, you know, I personally have never had an experience, right? And I'm not holding one back and waiting to come with one, you know. But I don't know. Just very compelling, right? Just kind of goes in the basket of very compelling story from a reputable filmmaker, right? Such as James Fox. So anyway, put your comments down below. I'll put a link in the description to the full video if you want to go check it out. It's filled with many other interviews of people at the Contact in the Desert. It's a phenomenal video. So it's basically a little mini documentary. I highly recommend watching that video. So I promised you a treat at the end of the video here from Chris Ramsay of Area 52, doing a little magic with the controversial Ashton Forbes. We had a good time just doing some magic. And look, that's the beauty of these conferences, right? You can just hang out with people and put things aside and just hang out, right? And sometimes a little magic happens.
Cut the deck.
Okay.
Put that on top.
Okay.
You know what? Do it behind your back so I can't see what you're doing. Do it behind your back. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me know when it's
You want me to
done.
cut it again?
Cut it again.
Cut it again. Okay.
Okay, cut it again.
You got it?
Okay, yeah, I cut it.
Yeah.
One more time.
Just for say, you know.
Oh man, I love
Done?
it. Yeah.
All right. Take the no, keep it back.
Oh, okay.
Take the top or the bottom card.
Okay.
And put it in your pocket. Don't look at it.
Okay, left it.
Yeah.
Dude, if this,
I mean, at this point, no one knows what that card is.
nobody knows.
No.
Not you, not him, not me. There's no way we can do
There's
this.
no way.
Shuffle deck.
Yeah.
Is that a shuffle deck?
Yeah, yes,
I
yes.
randomly picked a card.
No,
put it in
it's
my pocket,
shuffled.
100%.
All right.
Yeah.
You get a black card or a red card.
I have a feeling it's a red card.
You're feeling it's a red card. You feel it here?
Yeah, I feel it right here.
Oh, in your heart.
Yeah, it's weirdly, yeah, right there.
So like a heart?
Like a red heart?
I'm afraid it might be a heart. It feels
Okay, a
like,
heart.
Yeah.
Looks like a strong value heart card.
Probably a big one, like maybe like a king. Maybe.
But you just said king of hearts.
Oh, okay, queen maybe then.
Queen or maybe an ace.
Yeah, ace would be a big
Do you
one.
think ace is high or low? What do you think?
Ace is high generally. for me.
So ace would be higher than king.
Yeah, it would be higher.
The ace of hearts.
Yeah, ace hearts would be higher.
No way.
No.
That's impossible. What the fuck?
I swear, I'm not on this joke. I'm whatever this trick is.
You
I'm
put
not-
that card back there,
I
right?
put it on my. I took the
I
bottom
saw
card
you.
off
I
after
saw
my-
you. Wait a second,
Wow.
dog.
Okay.
What the fuck, bro?
He's good. He's good. Guys, he's not just a
I just
podcaster, he's
don't-
also a magician.
All right, betters, we'll see you in the next video. Remember, every day's a gift, y'all. Peace.